Thank you, Coach. We are about 15 miles west of downtown Phoenix at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Cleveland Browns. It's the final 3 weeks of the season, still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. First down, Murray. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Sione Takitaki in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. To throw is Murray. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. Now a man who punted for the Browns in 2015, Andy Leon, to kick it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. Pulled in at the 24. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10. Now the 3rd leading rusher among rookies last year, it's Nick Chubb. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Tackle made there by Budda Baker.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they can open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Set, 180. Watch the out. Good dance. Come. Pistol.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Check, 43. Who that?
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And an alley to run. Past the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
40. 180.
Third and goal, they're going with Chubb. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. David Njoku with touchdown number 7 on the year. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Joseph now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
3 down.
On the toss, here's Johnson. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Landry now on the return. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice and meetings talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
6-6, pull it back.
They go with Chubb on second down. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
180.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10.
Alert, 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 alert.
Mayfield down from the 50. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. Joseph now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Trey Flowers, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
35's the mic. Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Mike 35, Mike 35.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Murray, that's going to be caught by Kirk. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. Christian Kirk, 91 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7.
Joseph set to kick off.
Joseph now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Not today.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Murray going to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack. Another try after the 1st down sack. Murray, a rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get nervous.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Murray. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the 1st half. Andy Isabella was the intended target. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Play fake. Mayfield. He's going to look for Beckham in the end zone. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Final play of the half, Mayfield. That is caught by the former Gator Antonio Callaway. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good 1st half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the 2nd half. Nice 1st half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the 2nd half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
They run it again with Chubb. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
180. And let's pin the mirrors back. Regular.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Hey, Delta.
They're indeed going. It's Mayfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Here's tight end Clay, the intended receiver, and it's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. Here's Murray. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need them to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this 3rd quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. This will be caught inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Joseph now to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on them. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and that is now 21 for him on the year. Wow, what a season. Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. To throw, it's Murray. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Sheldon Richardson able to record his 5th sack of the season. The Cardinals worst in the NFL, 6 of 16 on 4th down last year, but they'll try it here. Here we go on 4th down with Murray. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. A give running right is Chubb. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
On 2nd down now, it's Hunt. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 11 yards there, 1st down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Murray gets this one to Isabella. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Murray. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk, and that's caught inside the 30. It's a gain of 35. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Fitzgerald's got it right side. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Jannard Avery in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Ready? Pittsburgh. Let's go. Watch the slip.
From the gun on 3rd down. Murray. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Browns defense stands tall. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless, take care of the ball on the way out.
I got you.
A run for Nick Chubb. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 43. Now Chubb running right. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And their lead will swell up to 28. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yes.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. We know these guys play, and we just play them all.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Jordan Hicks. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Now they get a 4th quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. That one goes for 24 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Murray now. Man open right side, it's the tight end Clay. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down. Cliff Kingsbury, part of that new breed of head coaches, and his guys are going to go for it. They'll run it with Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. David Johnson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Cardinals cut into that lead.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's up. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, we try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
Real. Hurry. Hey, alert 33. 43 is the mic, boy. 40. Hey, Foxtrot. I got it.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Akeem Talib. Murray, one final try. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. As